Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Denise, this is Deer Designs, and today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I have got the questions on my phone and people have asked me on Instagram and on YouTube. I did put in one of my last videos. If you've got any questions for me, then please ask away. So the first ones I'm going to read are from Instagram. And the first one was from Ian, which I don't even think that I'm going to answer because it was so stupid. But I will say what he put anyway. He put, "What's for dinner?" And then put, "But please tell me before the end of the week." Oh, he is such a donut. But I was sat there and he went, "Didn't you find my comment funny?" I was like, "I haven't seen no comments from you." And I looked on Instagram and I was like, "You're not funny." But anyway, the next question is, do you and Ian plan on having kids? You're so terrific with your nephew and you seem like a natural with kids, just curious. And that is from Loved Socks, maybe. I'm terrible at pronouncing names, so I do apologise. And I think it's Lisa. Let me go into it. Lisa, yes. Lisa, Normand, good now. Oh my god, what is wrong with my words today? So, yes, one day we plan on having children. We have thought about it in the past and it's just never really happened, to be honest. And we don't really take any precaution or anything. So when it happens, it will happen. We have talked about it in the past and we do both want children. So the answer to that is yes, we do. The answer to when, I don't know. Just when it happens naturally, I suppose. And yeah, I have got an underactive thyroid, which can make it a little bit more difficult. I have really low iron also, which makes it difficult. So yeah, I have a few problems that make it difficult. So yeah, the answer to that is yes, one day. The next one is from Debs Gill. Who taught you to knit and crochet? Let me do one question at a time. Who taught you to knit and crochet? Well, my nan tried teaching me to knit when I was about 8 or 9. I'm sure it was about 8 or 9. It might have even been a bit younger than that. And because I'm left-handed, I was trying to replicate what she was doing and I just couldn't get the hang of it. And it was so frustrating. And I just could not get the hang of it, and in the end we sort of give up. She did try a couple of times, but we just sort of give up together. I was like, this ain't gonna happen, it don't matter. And then when I was in school, I did technology, which was like the sewing and the embroidering and all things like that, and they actually taught us to knit then. And because I was left-handed, I suppose the teacher was probably used to having left-handed students as well as right-handed. And where my nan was an experienced knitter, she would do things really quick, and I suppose she'd never taught anyone before, so it was completely different. Where with the teacher, she went through it really slowly, and where your needle had to be and what you had to do and things like that. And yeah, so it was, my nan tried. My mum can knit, but she can't really purl while cast off. She can just knit. And yeah, so it was really the teacher that taught me to knit properly. And then I didn't knit at all after that until I got my first job, or my first proper job, when the lady that I worked with, her daughter was pregnant and she started knitting for the baby. And I said, well, I can knit. I just can't read a pattern or anything like that. And yeah, that's where it started. So I blame Leslie Bailey, as she was the one that got me into knitting, and from then I don't think I've ever stopped. What is your favourite item of clothing you've made, and what is your favourite toy that you've made? My favourite item of clothing is, oh wow, probably my pink jumper. It's a crochet jumper and I really like it. It is a tad small, but it's sort of worked from one end of the sleeve to the other end of the sleeve, and then you pick up sort of like here and then go downwards. It was from a Simply Crochet magazine. I really enjoyed making it, and I did say that I would probably make it in different colours. I just haven't got around to it, but it was an easy make, and it was, I think it was one of my first crocheted garments that I made, instead of like toys and shawls and things like that. I'm sure it was one of the first ones that I made. And the other thing that the one toy that I am most proud of is my caravan. I made that before I started filming, I'm sure I did, but I have shown it in a video before, and there is pictures on either Instagram or Facebook of it, and I'm so proud of that. It was in a Simply Crochet magazine, the first one I ever got, and I made so much out of that first magazine. I think that jumper that I'm talking about was out of there as well. So yeah, that is my favourite toy, as well as, I don't know, all the toys that I make I really enjoy, so as long as I don't have to make 3 or 4 of them at a time. And she's put, I love your Christmas penguins that I knit. Thank you so much. They are one of the very first things, the big things that I made in the round, I suppose. You don't knit in the round, but amigurumi type things. I will be getting them out again at Christmas, and they will be an ornament. I did make 3 for my mum as well. She's got 3, I've got 3, and it's like a little penguin choir singers, not choir singers, you know when they come to your door. Anyway, so Pink Pumpkin Crochet, Ruth, hi Ruth, has said, will you be setting any 2019 crafty goals like Terry from Yarn Joy has? I haven't even thought about that, to be honest. I have got my cup of coffee here because it's not early, but it's my first one. Crafty goals. I don't really make crafty goals because I just make what I feel like making at the time. I want to make a lot more socks. That's why I bought loads of sock yarn, but yeah, I haven't got nothing in mind at the moment. I might think about it and I'll get back to you. Do you have any pet peeves? I have quite a few. Yeah, I just don't like people being rude. There's no need for rudeness. There's no need for it's just general stupidness that I don't like. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really anything that sort of gets on my nerves. I should have thought about this, shouldn't I? I might get back to you on that one. Have you ever, or would you like pets? Yes, I would like pets, but Ian is allergic to pets. He's allergic to their fur. Yes, when we go to my mum's, if the cats are anywhere near him. My mum has 4 cats, and when my sister was living at home, my mum had 5 because my sister had a cat. So if the cats would come up to him or near him and scratch or anything like that, then the fur would go in the air and his eyes would just blow up like balloons and they would go bright red. He would try his hardest not to itch because that would make it worse. But my mum's cats, they're not really ones for sitting on your lap, or if there's a lot of people in the room, then they don't really come in that often. They normally come in like really late of an evening. And my mum has sort of 2 living rooms, so normally they just go and sit in the other room if there's loads of people. So it's not too bad, but if we had a pet here, then I think it would be an issue because it'd be here all the time. I would let it on the bed, on the sofa and things like that. I would love a dog, just a little dog, not a big dog. But yeah, Ian is allergic, so maybe if we had a house it might be a little bit different, but because we're on a second floor flat, it's a bit tough, and it's not like I can just let the animal out and do its business and come back. So yeah, it's not really fair. Do you think you and Ian will get married? I would like to get married. I really would. I would like that feeling of what the day feels like and things like that. It's just money. I know you can have really cheap weddings, and which me and Ian probably will do. We won't have an extravagant £25,000 wedding. I can tell you that now. It will be probably a registry office, and then just a hall later on in the evening or later on in the day with like a buffet type food, and just have a big massive party at the end of it. But yeah, if I keep looking over there, it's because the window is there and there is something going on out there. So sorry, distraction. Let me see if I can move you. So yeah, I really would like to get married, and I think Ian feels the same. It's just, it's not happened yet, and it's money. It's money that we haven't got at the moment. But who knows? I'm only 33. But it's like I said to Ian, I don't need that piece of paper to say that I love you anymore, because I will love you the same whether we're married or not. So that's the answer to that. The next question is, who is your favourite knitting or crochet designer? And that is from Emma, maybe. It's from Knits Bitch. Who is your favourite knitting or crochet designer? To be honest, I don't really have one particular person that I would say this, I like this person, I like that person. Is there a particular style that I go for? Not really. When I was knitting and before I found crochet and anything like that, I really enjoyed following Serdar knitting patterns. I thought they were so easy to read. They were really simple. The instructions were really nice and laid out nicely. So I think Serdar are really good at doing patterns. I'm not too sure about their crochet patterns, or whether they do crochet patterns, I don't know. Mainly crochet patterns I find online, and it's just someone that's done a blog and a free pattern. Unless it's from the magazines that I get. But to be honest, most of the time I don't even take notice of the person that's actually wrote it. I know that's probably really bad, but I just look at the pattern, like it, start it, and get on with it. 9 times out of 10 just do that. I don't even look, unless I'm showing you the pattern and I'm saying it's by this person, that person. Yeah, I just sort of get on with it. So the answer to that question is not really. I don't really have a particular person that I will go to. Crochet Cuddly Critters has said, what is your favourite yarn to work with, and do you prefer knitting or crochet? My favourite yarn? It's probably double knit, because that is what I use most of. My favourite is probably New Fashion, with a blue ball band, because even though it's a double knit, it's quite a thick double knit, and to me that is what a double knit should be. Now I've started to, or I did start to buy Stylecraft. Yeah, Stylecraft bone. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. What is wrong with me? Definitely Stylecraft, and it's quite thin, and it's a lot thinner than I remember it being. And I think for toys and even garments, I like the yarn to feel a bit thicker and a bit more plump. So I definitely like New Fashion. I like double knit. Anything else that I've used that I really like? I've never used indie dye yarns or anything like that, so I can't say, oh, I really like this dye, I really like that. I've never really yeah, I've never really like used a personal dyed yarn. This Aldi Aran, I absolutely love this because it is so squidgy and nice, and it's very plump for a Aran, and it's soft and it's nice, and it's got wool in it, but it doesn't feel like it's got wool in it. Do I prefer to knit or crochet? I don't really prefer one over the other, to be honest. I've been knitting a lot longer than I have been crocheting. There was a time where I learnt how to crochet. I didn't even answer that at the beginning, did I? No. Who taught me to crochet? I just picked it up on my own. I watched some YouTube videos and I just sort of picked it up on my own and went from there, basically. I don't even think I did granny squares. I can't even remember what my first project was with crochet. No, I honestly do not know what the first thing I made in crochet. No, the first thing I made in knitting was a scarf, because I just kept going and going and going until someone taught me how to bind off or cast off. That was my granddad's favourite joke. He used to say, in the army they taught him to knit. He knitted a scarf and he said it just went on and on and on and on and on. And I went, and like people used to say, why did you make it so long? And he goes, because I didn't know how to cast off. That was my granddad's jokes. Funny man he was. He did come out with some really silly jokes and we'd just go, really? I do miss them, but anyway. So do I prefer to knit or crochet? I like both the same. When I learnt to crochet, this is what I was getting to, when I learnt to crochet, I didn't think I would ever knit again because I loved it so much. And everything I did was crochet, absolutely everything. It was like, I am never ever knitting again. I debated whether to give my needles away. I was going to give all my patterns away, just because I never thought I would knit again. And I am so glad that I didn't, because I do both now, and it's not like I prefer one over the other. I enjoy both the same. So yes, that's that. That's the questions on Instagram, and then the questions that I've got on YouTube are from Craft Angel 74. She's put on her comment, hi Denise, the socks look great. I'm about to attempt my first pair. Wish me luck. Good luck. Questions are, how easy do you find using your light up crochet hook? Does the yarn catch? No, it doesn't. Excuse me. No, it doesn't catch at all. There's nothing on there. It's smooth. It's just like a metal hook. There's no there's no snaggly bits on it. It's made really, really nice. If you get the one in the case with the different heads, yeah, it does not snag at all. It's really nice to work with. How easy is it to change different size heads, and how long does the charge last? Well, the head, you get a little spanner and you just push that onto the bottom and turn it. And to be honest, most times I don't use the spanner bit, I just use my fingers. It can be a little bit tough, but as long as you hold it properly and hold it right at the base and just turn it, it comes off. It's really, really simple. For the smaller ones, I think the spanner is probably better, because obviously the smaller hook, the more chance you've got of snapping it. So yeah, that is so easy, so simple. The charge, I've only ever charged it once, and I do use it quite a bit, and I used it for all the unicorns that I made, and it's still going strong. I didn't use it every single time, obviously, that I was crocheting with the unicorns, just when it was dark, or I just wanted easy crochet without having to look so much. But it does say on the box, I'm sure it said 9 or 18 hours it lasts, and you've got two light settings, which is one is really, really bright and one not as bright. And yeah, you don't need to use the light all the time. I don't use the light all the time, only when I need it. And it's perfect. It really, and at the bottom you've got what hook size it is, so it's a lot easier to see. But yeah, I really, really enjoy it. And my sister, Ian bought my sister one, and that's all she uses. So yeah, they are really good. The next question is from Cat Holiday. Denise, where can I get my hands on that basket weave jumper pattern that you love so much? I'm desperate to give it a go. It's so cute. I did answer this on YouTube. It's a really old Simply Knitting magazine pattern. I think it's sort of like 12 years old. Or was it as long as that? I can't remember. It is a really, really old pattern. I will get the name of it. I should have prepared myself and got the name of it now, but I did put that I would have a look for you. And I will put it in, I will reply to your comment once I come across it, because I don't know where it is. I've got loads of baby patterns somewhere, so I'm going to have to try and dig it out wherever it is. I've got patterns sort of under the table, in a drawer over there, and in a box over there. So I will have a look, but it is quite an old pattern, and I don't know whether you'll be able to get it anymore. It might have been a rowing pattern. I'm not sure, so I will have a look for you. The next one is, I used to knit, but once I learned to crochet, I never looked back. I want to make socks. Have you ever crocheted socks instead? If so, how do they compare? I've never crocheted socks. Have I ever crocheted slippers? No, only the shark slipper sock things. But other than that, no, I've only ever knitted socks. So I'm really sorry, I can't answer that question just because I don't have an answer. I've only ever knitted, and a lot of people do say crochet fabric is a lot thicker, so crocheted socks are better for slippers, and instead of going into boots and shoes and things like that, where knitted, the knitted fabric is a lot thinner and it's not as lumpy and bumpy. So that is one reason why people mainly knit socks instead of crocheting them. That is all the questions that I've got. If I've missed any, I want to say I'm really, really sorry now. Please leave any more questions down below that you have for me, and I will answer them as and when I come to them in my vlogs, or if you want me to do another Q&A, let me know, and I might do one once a month. I don't know, we shall see. But yeah, thank you to each and every one of you for your questions. I really enjoy answering questions, and you can ask me pretty much anything, as long as obviously it's relevant and I can answer it. So yeah, I am going to start daily vlogging. I haven't started yet. I am going to be doing Vlogmas, which hopefully will be a lot more exciting than my daily vlogging at the moment, but who knows. So we shall see. Thank you for watching. Any more questions, please leave down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.